Thank you for coming to our iCrack channel, and today's repair is of an iPhone 12 mini which is showing no signs of life. Our first test is always to test with an ammeter, which shows us how much current is going into the iPhone. The top number confirms the amount of volts, which is 5 or just over, and the bottom number is the amount of current, and you can see it's a tiny number. We knew then it was a fault at logic board level, and we needed to take the logic board apart. Now, the 12 mini's logic board comes in two halves, as it's a sandwich layer design, and we actually use a preheater to take both sides of the logic board apart. Here we had to locate exactly where this fault was with the logic board, and we always start with giving the logic board a visual inspection. If there's a short on a certain power line, this can expose itself by a melted component. If you're lucky, they can be easy to see. But we weren't actually lucky this time, so we had to put the logic board under a thermal camera, inject power, knowing that any short on the logic board will show up in heat, which it immediately did do. We could dive then further in and test this certain area with the tiny components. We test the lines around this heated component with a multimeter, and we actually find the line is completely shorted, and we hear the short with this constant beep. In our case here, it's one single capacitor which is shorted to ground. We use a hot air station here to remove the shorted capacitor, and then we put a brand new component in place. You can use donor boards, which are boards that have certain other faults, to find these particular components. If we are taking a single capacitor from a donor board, we know the exact position, and we know that it is a part that has passed Apple's original testing. The board that we use may have a CPU issue, but the single capacitor that we have taken for this particular repair isn't affected by that particular fault. Then test the component with a multimeter to confirm the diode value is perfect, and then go through to test the top layer of the board. We do this by shorting the power button connector, which mimics the signal that's sent to the iPhone to tell it to turn on. We confirm that we have power with this Apple logo, and then wait for the iPhone to boot into the iOS. With data all confirmed, we can go through and actually put both sides of the logic board back together, which we do again on a preheater. This can be done by hand with hot air, but we believe it's the best method, just putting it onto a preheater. The board can go back into the phone, and that's to complete our final testing, but before that, we put our warranty sticker in place to confirm it was us that went in there to repair. If you have an iPhone that's showing no signs of life and not charging, then please get in touch via our website, submit a diagnostic request, we'll be happy to help.